morning, everyone. It's Friday. We made it another week. My name is Jeff, KE0GKF. I am located in Omaha, Nebraska, and welcome to the Morning Brew, everyone, the Friday edition. I have on the log K4KU on the log helping out as we have Vicky, Dick, and Bill, of course, are on assignment and enjoying some vacation time and radio festivities in Dayton. Over to you, Jason, real quick. Would you like to say good morning, sir?
Hi, good morning from Atlanta, everybody. This is Jason, K4KU, filling in for Vicky this morning. Say call signs twice and slowly later today. Please say them a little bit more slowly than usual, and we'll try to get you in the logs. Have a great day, everyone. This is back to you, Jeff, K4KU.
All right, Jason, thought I'd let you get in there this morning and say good morning. So we have the lean, mean crew this morning, the remote crew. We have a lot of check-ins that have come in this morning. Greg, Ken, David, Gil, Chuck, Michael, Wayne, Mark, Richard, Cal, and Jimmy, all waiting in the wings. Let's go with a round of mobiles. And the question of the day is your lawnmower a push mower or a riding lawnmower? Is your lawnmower a push or a rider? Simple question. Should be able to get the check-ins with that one. Let's go with a round of mobile stations. Please come twice and slowly.
Delta Juliet. Kilo Foxtrot 6, Hotel Delta Juliet, mobile. KF8 GGE, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Golf Echo.
Okay, well, we've got a couple of mobiles in there. KF8 DGE, Nick, and KF6 HDJ, Brent. Let's go to the top of all of these. Well, first, let's go to these mobile stations. Brent in Pensacola, Florida. Good morning, Brent. KF6 HDJ, Brent, started off for us. Is your lawnmower a push rider? Good morning.
Well, good morning, Jeff, and the rest of the brew crew. Karma. Yesterday I couldn't get in to save my life, but today I'm number one. And to answer the question, it is a push mower. Back to net control, and go Bats! KF6 HDJ.
All right, Brent, thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to Nick in Toledo, Ohio, KF8DE, also on the road. Nick, how about that lawnmower?
Morning, everybody on the net. Kind of doing the best of both worlds. I got the self-propelled push mower that I got handed down from my grandpa. KF8DGE back to net.
All right, Nick, motor safely out there. Have a great weekend. Let's go to the top of these check-ins. Everybody's been waiting patiently. From Cartier, Ontario, Canada. Did I say that, or Cartier? Greg, VA3GLJ. Good morning, Greg.
Morning, Jeff, and good morning, brew crew. Yeah, you're pretty close there, Jeff. It's Cartier. And it's currently 59 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius here with some rain. Answer to your question is a push mower. I actually had it out for the first time there yesterday now that all our snow is gone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Everybody have a great Friday. 73 VA3GLJ.
Well, thank you, Greg. You have yourself a great weekend. By the way, there will be a second cup coming up. It's Friday at, well, in a couple of hours here. There will be a second cup being it's Friday, so stick around for that as well. Let's go to Ken in Kingman, Arizona, KK6 BCX. Good morning, Ken. How about that lawnmower? Push or a rider?
Well, good morning, Jeff and Jason and the rest of the crew. I'm going to have to go with the third category. Being in northern Arizona, I've got rock, dirt, and sand. So no grass up here, and I've got neither. So how about that? KK6 BCX back to net.
Well, I have neither as well, Ken, as I'm in an apartment. And those guys that have had living in apartments, myself, that are renting and such, that don't have a lawnmower, I don't know, maybe go with your last lawnmower you owned. Or you can just say neither like Ken did. Let's go to David in Sacramento, California, heading over to the other couple. 106 QDY. Good morning, David.
Yeah, good morning, Jeff, Jason, and the Brew crew, and folks in the control room there, in the Zoom control room. To answer your question, I have a push mower. Everybody have a great Friday and a great weekend. Back to net control, N6 QDY.
All right, David. Have a great morning. Thanks for checking in. Let's go to Gil in Orlando, Florida, heading to the other side of the U.S. K4 GDS. Good morning, Gil.
Good morning, everyone. Full-time RVer, so I'm in the neither group. K4 GDS back to net.
All right, Gil. Thanks for checking in. We appreciate it. Chuck in Sugarland, Texas, N5CHB. Chuck, what are you doing?
Morning, heading to work. 73 East, everybody. Put me in a neither column. We have a lawn guy, and he has a push mower, if that matters. So, 73s, have a great Friday, everybody. N5 CHB.
Yeah, it's nice to have a grounds crew at this apartment complex. That's one less thing I have to worry about, too, as well, Chuck. Have a great morning. Michael in Allman, New York, KE2. Ooh, good morning, Michael.
Yeah, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, everybody. You have to put a column for both. I have a rider and a push. Push the trim and what I can't get with the rider and the rider. KE2EIO, 73, everybody, and have a good day. Back to net. Thank you.
We're gonna get Jason here scrambling off to put in both here in a few minutes. Have a great morning, Michael. Wayne in Belmore, New York, KC2NJV. Wayne, bring it on.
Good morning, y'all. KC2NJV here. 30 years ago I had a push. Now I have a lawn service. That you should put that in as well. Lawn service. It's
Okay. All right. Thanks for checking in this morning, Wayne. Let's go to Mark in Elma, New York, KE2EDS. Mark, what say you?
Good morning, Jeffrey. Good morning, Jason. The rest of the crew. I have a rider here, and I cut about 1.5 acres, so definitely too much to push. Have a great day and a great weekend, everyone. KE2EDS.
All right, Mark, good seeing you in the Zoom room as well. Yeah, I think they call them little tractors, aren't they? You know, they got front and rear PTO attachments on them. You can run all this external power equipment on your riding lawnmower anymore. Let's go to Richard in Leesburg, Florida, KR4 DRD. Good morning, Richard.
morning, all. Hope y'all are having a great Friday morning. I live in a 55 plus, so I have to pay somebody to do the grass, so I fall into either the neither or by proxy a riding lawnmower. Have a great day. Back to the net.
All right, Richard, have a great morning. Cal, Elk Grove Village, Illinois, N9KO. Good morning, Cal. Over to you.
Good morning to all. I have a 19-year-old corded push mower. Back to you.
Well, aren't you cool? An electric mower. That's a long time. You got a lot of service out of it, too. I tell you, electric motors are bulletproof, most of them, though. They just, you really have to do something wrong to blow up an electric motor. Those things go forever. Have a great morning. Jimmy, Wakarusa, Indiana, KD9YUZ. I'll get my phonetics here right, or alphabet right. Good morning, Jimmy.
Well, good morning, Jeff, and the rest of the crew. Nice to speak to you. Put me down for a rider. I also have about 1.5 acres of grass I have to cut, so I have to use a zero turn. Everybody have a blessed weekend. KD9YUZ, back to net.
All right, Jimmy. Appreciate you checking in this morning. Roy, Blaze, New York, KA8BYU. Roy, the microphone is yours.
KA8BYU. Put me in the column for none of the above. I live in an apartment as well.
All right, Roy. Boy, I've had them all. I've held properties, too, in my past, but in my later years, I'm renting. So here I am. I'm the same way, Roy. Yeah. Have a great morning. Chuck, Newcastle, Pennsylvania, W3CVE. What is the Toro? Is it a push or is it a rider?
Good morning, Jeff, and everybody on the brew. It's mower. I get my exercise. And with that, we'll send it back to you. Thanks for doing the net, Jeff. W3CVE.
All right, Chuck, have yourself a great morning. Yeah, I get to do both hours. Here I am. So I'm all plugged in and ready to roll. Have a great morning. Joe in Clearmont, Florida, KM4WZD Joy. Joe, good morning. I'm grabbing my coffee.
Well, Jeff, good morning. Good morning to the crew. I live on 17 acres, and I mow 3 of those acres, so the push mower is not practical, so it's a rider for me. Y'all take care. Have a great weekend. 7-3, it's KM4, WZD, back to net.
What a nice back. Sounds like it. Have a great morning, Joe. Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania just chimed in by the text line. Let's go to Anna, KD3AJN. Anna, the question of the day, is one more a push or a rider? Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff and the crew in there. This is KD3AJN. I live in an apartment, so I have neither, which makes me happy. KD3.
Yeah, me too, Anna. And I'm looking forward to the pool opening in our apartment complex. It's filling up as we speak. Have a great morning. We just had Chuck chime in by the text line, or Chris, I should say, while we were doing this round of check-ins as well, and we have more coming in. And by the way, the text line is 716-317-9050. Again, that's 716-317-9050. Just put in your call in your phone, and We'll get you on the log at the appropriate time. We're ready for another round of check-ins. Please come twice and slowly.
Net control, please copy N9 BBM. N9 BBM Chicago. Nathan. November.
Kilo Tango 5, Bravo Tango X-ray. Kilo Tango 5, Tango X-ray.
Victor Echo 9, Juliet X-ray. Victor Echo 9, Juliet X-ray Tango.
Kilo 4, November Hotel Victor, K4, NHV.
Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot South Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot South Delta.
KF8, CWF. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Charlie Whiskey Foxtrot.
This is Kilo Delta 2, Yankee Uniform Yankee. KD2, YUY.
Kilo Delta 6, Delta India Quebec. KD6, DIQ, Todd, in and out.
Okay, always like to put a little pause for the cause there, make sure I don't key over someone. Let's go with this list right here. We may have some corrections and some missed, and I'll make sure I call for that. We had a KD6 DIQ. Todd was in and out from Yucca Valley, California. Todd, have a great morning, sir. KD2 YUI. KF8 CWF. Station a WVE, question mark. WVE, if you could clarify all for us, please.
For W2 Victor Delta X-ray, W2 Victor Delta X-ray in New Freedom, Pennsylvania. Name is Ted.
All right, W2VDX, did we get that right?
Roger, Victor. It's V as in Victor, Delta X-ray. I ran into WC2 JPQ when I was up in Western New York a couple of weeks ago. Turned me on to this net, so here we go. Thank you.
All right, looks like we have you down as Theodore in the system. Theodore, stick around. We'll get to you here. K4 NHV. We had another station, KK4 question mark, KK4 and a question mark. Call for us, please.
Kilo 4, Papa Yankee November. Kilo 4, Papa Yankee November.
Gotcha, Joseph. Hang tight. There was another station, VE9JX, question mark, VE9JX, something like that. Give us, straighten us up here.
Hopefully, if we know this today.
Victor Echo 9, Juliet X-ray Tango. Jim, New Brunswick, Canada. Jim, thanks for getting us squared away there. Hang tight, you're in the list. KT5BTX, N9BBM, AA5JW, and KADAC, and at the top of the list, waiting patiently, WB5IT, Chris in Beaumont, Texas. Chris, good morning. Question of the day is your lawnmower a push or a rider? Over to you.
Good morning, sir, and everybody on the Morning Brew. Happy Friday. Or as Charlie Wooden would say, I'd like to wish all you, well, no, I better not say that. He posted on Facebook, but anyhow. Just imagine Sheriff Buford T. Justice wishing you a happy Friday. You got the picture. Minor push. I've got both an electric and a gas. I made the mistake of buying a DeWalt electric lawnmower. Got it at a real good deal, $100, but it didn't come with the batteries. And I went and bought aftermarket jobs, and I learned never do that again. They were supposed to be 9 amp hours. Already one of them has died on me, and I haven't had it maybe a year. It charges up, but then it dies rather quickly. So, needless to say, the gas lawnmower is getting a lot more usage right now. And I might end up selling the DeWalt. Good motor though, and with a good battery pack, it runs good. So that's it. I'm sticking to it. Hope everybody has a good Friday and a good weekend. WB5IT. Ignore the W5APX. Log in on the text line. That was me using the club call. WB5ITT.
All right, Chris. Well, have a great weekend. Good hearing you as always. Let's go to one of our network facilitators, Al, in Britain, Michigan. K8BAC. Well, Al, take it away.
Hey, good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew, KBAC. I have a lot of grass, like 3 acres. So I have both. I have a zero turn, and I have a push mower. And they both get used a lot. In fact, they need to get used pretty soon here because the grass is really getting tall. Everybody have a happy... Back to you, Chris. KBAC.
All right, Al. Have yourself a great morning. My name is Jeff, KE0GKF. We have Jason, K4KU, on the line this morning, and we're with you for both hours here since Dick and Vicky and Bill are off in Dayton having a good time. So we're just getting started this morning. Let's go to James in Spring, Texas, A5JW. Good morning, James.
Well, good morning, Brew Crew. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. James in Spring, mobile into Houston for work today. It is going to be a hot one. Record high temperatures. I think the actual mercury is going to be about 96 degrees, 97, something like that. And the heat index is well into the triple digits. It's summer junior around here. As to the question at hand, my lawnmower is neither riding nor a push mower. I mean, I don't know. My mower is named Jose, and he's a pretty big dude, so I wouldn't try pushing him. That's all I'll say. With that, I'll say 7-3, hand it back to Ned. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
Well, all right, James. Good hearing you as always out there this morning. You have yourself a great weekend. Nathan, Chicago, Illinois, N9BBM. Nathan, what do you know about them Briggs and Strattons and motors and Kohler motors and all them motors? Now, the question today is your lawnmower push or a rider? Good morning, Nathan.
Good morning, Brew Crew, TGIF. I do not have a lawnmower because I live in a condo and I walk to work, so we don't have much greening of anything except on rooftops here in the metro of Chicago, so at least downtown loop where I live. So with that said, put me down for none. I hope everyone has a good one. If you're in Dayton, go Buckeyes, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Back to that control from N9BBM.
All right, Nathan, sounding crystal clear coming through. I believe the Ham Shack hotline there this morning. Have a great morning. Brett, College Station, Texas, KT5BTX. What about that lawnmower?
Good morning, Jeff, and everyone on the Morning Brew.
Yes, put me down for a push, and it gets plenty of use here in Texas. So this is KT5 BTX, back to the net.
Have yourself a great weekend, sir. We made it. Let's go to Jim up in Canada, heading up north. VE9JXT. Good morning, Jim. Going once, going twice. Jim, you still with us? VE9JXT.
Sorry about that. I was on DMR local, another operator. No, nothing now, but I have used both of them when I was over in the apartment complex. Thank you for calling me control. It's only 15 degrees Celsius here today. It is calling for rain. It got up to close to 30 yesterday. So it was a decent day, a bit of a change today. I control VE9JXT.
All right, Jim, thanks for checking in with us up north. Joseph in Apopka, Florida, KK4PYN. Hey, Joseph, what do you know about that Cub Cadet?
Not much. My little third of an acre here, I've got a Ryobi battery-powered push mower that's self-propelled, and I love it. It'll do the entire yard on one battery, and takes the same battery in my trimmer and all that, and I can walk along with the mower in one hand and hold a phone conversation in the other, because it's very, very quiet, and I can do it at 8 o'clock at night when it's only 85 degrees. Back to that, KK4PYN.
All right, Joseph, thanks for checking in from Florida. Speaking of another station in Florida, used to live up around these parts where I live. Nick, good morning in Sebring, Florida. K4NHV. Nick, is the lawnmower a push or a rider?
Well, good morning, Jeff. I was away from the mic there for a second. I've got a broken down, wore out, supposedly self-propelled lawnmower. And it's on its last leg. Anyway, thanks for picking me up. K4NHV.
All right, Nick, have a good one down there in Sebring. And yes, everybody, a self-propelled walk-behind mower is still a push mower. That's where we're going with that. Let's go to Theodore in New Pennsylvania. W2VX. Theodore, good morning.
Jeff and Annette. Good morning, Jeff and Annette. Thank you for hosting. And it's interesting to hear everyone on parts of the country and what they're facing with grass. I've got a push, an acre, and as the boys have left the house here, moved on, I'm about ready to buy a rider. Thank you and have a good morning. W2VDX.
All right, Theodore, thanks for checking in. You know, I just thought of something. When I grew up as a kid, my grandmother and grandfather grew up in lived in New Jersey all their life. And when we visited them, they had the blade one. You'd push it and it'd spin the blades, and that's how you cut the grass. And I did that for them a few times. I thought those things, I think they still make them. Them totally manual, no gas, no electricity. It just spins the blade around. This auger type of looking thing that cuts the grass. Yeah. Have a good morning. Let's go to Brian in Warren, Michigan. KF8CWF. Brian, what say you? Brian, going once, going twice. KF8CWF. Brian, good morning. We'll put Brian in and out this morning. Maybe he's grabbing a cup of coffee. Let's go to Charles in Syracuse, New York. KD2YUI. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody on the brew. Putting in a little overtime today, aren't you? I have a walk-behind, self-propelled push mower. You're all back to net control, KD2YUY.
All right, Charles. Oh, that's all right. I love doing it. You know, we all help each other out. That's the way it goes. One of these days, maybe I'll go on vacation or something, and I'll need their help as well. We work as a team. Have a great morning. Let's go to Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania. N3D QD. Good morning, Ray.
Morning, Jeff and Jason and the rest of the brew crew in there. Well, I live in an apartment, so I have no mower. But the last mower that I owned was a plug-in electric mower, corded electric mower, and it's still being used actually by my son. So it's about 24, 25 years old. And I thought it was interesting that we only had one acoustic mower mentioned today. Back to net. This is DQD.
Acoustic mower. That's not what I don't think I was bringing up. The one with the spinny blade? I'm not sure. Have a great morning. Let's go to, move that icon out of the way. Chad, Scottsdale, Arizona. N1RAD. Good morning, Chad.
Hey, good morning to you. I do a mower. I've got a blower because I've got fake lawn in the back, and that was probably the best decision that I made here 15 years ago. So the blower just helps us blow all the tumbleweeds and leaves back into the desert. Hope everybody has a good weekend. N1RAD.
Very cool. Have a great morning, Chad. We have the text line while we were taking that round of check-ins. We had Terry, Zachary, Ray, Charlie, Terry, and Perry. You guys are all on the log this morning. And by the way, the text line is 716-317-9050. Again, I'll say it again, 716-317-9050. Just simply put in your call, and Jason will get you on the log. These tech check-ins, hang tight. Let's go for another round of check-ins twice and slowly, please.
N5VAS, November 5, Victor Alpha Foxtrot, GY. Bravo, Romeo Oscar November, Whiskey Bravo 4 Romeo Oscar November, W4RON, mobile in and out. Kilo 2 Alpha Alpha Charlie. Kilo 2 Alpha Alpha Charlie. In and out. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. AU Mobile. Mobile, good morning.
Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo. Kilo Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo.
AR4, CKT, Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie, Kilo Charlie.
Okay, we'll clear this up here. We had K2TV, KR4CKC, KJ5, DXB. We had a station with a BAU, something like that, in your call. If you could clarify that call for us right now.
Maybe it was me, Jeff, N1CBM. N1CBM.
It was, Carlos. We were way off. Thanks for clearing that up, because, yeah, you were nowhere else on the log. That was you. Hang tight, Carlos. VA3 CRF. We had 2 stations IOs this morning, K2AAC, Art in New York, and WB4RON, Ron in Niagara Falls. They're both IOs. Both of you have a great K7D, N5VAF, and by the text line we had K4PJM, KF4ACB, NA2B, N3DQD, KI6KQO, and WOTDL. Let's go to the top of this list to Terry, waiting patiently in Battle Creek, Nebraska. Always good to hear a fellow Nebraska station, Terry, from Omaha here. Good morning. WOTDL, over to you.
Excuse me, K0EF. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, the station and the brew crew this morning. This is B0TDL up here near Battle Creek. I have a riding lawnmower. I got 5 acres out here in the Madison County wilderness, and a riding mower sure comes in handy for an old man. Currently it's 63, but it's going to be windy. They say maybe 60 mile per hour today, worse than yesterday. Thanks for doing the net this morning, Jeff. This is 0TDL.
All right, Terry, good hearing you from Battle Creek. Yeah, we're supposed to get the same winds here in Omaha, wind advisories and such, but heading for 72. So we were like 88, almost 90 yesterday, so a little bit of break on that. Good morning. Zachary in Kissimmee, Florida, KI6KQO. Just don't kiss me, Zachary. Over to you.
All right, thank you, Jeff. KI6KQO, good morning to you and the rest of the brew crew. I have got a push mower, and it is a Toro. It's 24 years old, and I told my wife, when it retires, I'll retire. Everyone, back to net, KI6KQO.
Well, that's a good run, 24 years. I've had some lawnmowers for a long time in the past, too, I tell you. And never change oil in them. You know, they just burn it and you just add. That's all I did, and these things went for decades. It was amazing. Have a great morning. Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania, N3DQD. Good morning, Ray.
Yeah, good morning, Jeff. This is Ray again. You had already picked me up once, but my comment on the acoustic mower was reference to the real type mower that the one gentleman mentioned, N3QD.
Well, see, it's in the stars for me to accidentally call you again. Yeah, and you gave me the answer that I was looking for. Have a great morning, Ray. Charlie in Sun City Center, Florida, NA2B. Charlie, microphone is yours.
Good morning, Jeff, and everybody on the net from Birdie and I here in Tampa Bay this morning. Very pleasant, 72 degrees. Actually going to hit the 90s. We're into our summer weather. Response to the question, Jeff, over 20 years I have not we live in a HOA community, and that's all taken care of us, the weeding, the mowing, the trimming, and all that stuff. Don't miss it, don't need it. And A2B, back to that.
Boy, I hear you there, Charlie. I'm not unfamiliar with it either. Did it for decades, and I'm glad I don't any longer. Have a great morning. Terry in Harrogate, Tennessee, KFCB. What's up with that John Deere? Is it a lawnmower, or is it a push or a rider? Good morning, Terry.
Volunteer state of Tennessee. Well, actually, I don't know, because I have a guy that comes and mows my yard every Thursday, come hell or high water. Well, high water sometimes washes him out. But he'll be here about every Thursday. He brings a riding mower and push mower and weed eater and leaf blower. Pretty well groomed over.
All right, Terry, have a good morning. Yeah, you got to hand it to these guys and gals. out there doing the yard work business. There's time for them to reel it in until fall. Have a great morning. Perry in Leesburg, Florida, K4 PJM. Good morning, Perry.
Well, good morning to everybody on the Brew Crew. I also live in a community. They take care of the lawn, but I do have a push mower that's being utilized by my daughter because she needed one. So we're going to go in the push category. Don't use one, thank God. This is K4 PJM. Back to net. Thanks. Doing a great job.
Thank you, Perry. You can tell me that long. Have a great morning. Let's go to Philip in Silsbee, Texas. N5VAF. Good morning, Philip.
Good morning, and good morning to the crew. I have a John Deere riding mower. I got a couple acres that I've got to mow, and out here in southeast Texas, it's sometimes have to mow it twice a week, depending on the rain. But it's a beautiful day out here today, and hopefully we won't get too hot in the mid-80s. N5VAF, back to net control.
All right, Philip, that's not too bad for Texas in the 80s, I guess. Stay cool. Let's go to a new station, K7DY. I think we have that right. K7DY. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. It's Kilo 7 Delta Yankee Park in Phoenix. And because I'm in Phoenix, we have desert landscaping, so no lawn to mow. Back to net control.
One more time, I apologize. If you could give us that call twice slowly there, we want to get you on the log correctly. Bring it on.
Kilo 7 Delta Yankee. Kilo 7 Delta Yankee.
All right, Clark. Thank you for getting that squared away with us. We've got Jason on the log, and I'm Jeff here, and we're missing, of course, Vicky and Dick, and Scott's on vacation. Bill's gone this morning, so we're the lean, mean crew, but we're getting her done. Thanks for being patient with us. Vern in Watertown, Ontario, Canada, VA3 CRF. Good morning, Vern.
Good morning, Jeff, and everybody on the Brew Crew. Thanks for filling in for the crew that's, I guess, in Dayton. As I left the house this morning, the temperature was about 82. It's going to be a warm one today, to the 80s. Now, that's not going to last, but it'll certainly be nice. We had a crazy storm blow through last night. Woke us up at about 4:30 with lightning and thunder. Anyway, it's going to be a nice day today, nonetheless. In terms of the question of the day, I have a tiny electric lawnmower that I use to cut my postage stamp size yard. All right, Jeff, thank you for doing it. This is Victoria Day weekend for us, so Monday holiday here. Hope everyone has a great weekend. VA3 CRF.
Hi, Vern. Have a good holiday. Yeah, we've got Memorial Day, is it, coming up here? That is our next holiday as well. You have a great day from up there. Good morning. We'll head all the way back down to Hollywood, Florida. N1 CBM. Carl, is your lawnmower a push or a rider?
Morning, Jeff. Jeff, I think it's the skeleton crew running the ECR today, huh? You got the entire 2 hours. Well, that's pretty good. You will handle it like a pro. I never thought I'd say this, but it's neither. Not a push, not a ride. I don't have a lawnmower since I live in an HOA community. And that's about the only thing I kind of like about it. I have a leaf blower though, and I fight with the leaf blowers every time they're just cleaning their job. They send all this stuff into my garage, so I fight with them with my electric leaf blower. That's about it, Jeff. It's Friday and the weekend it's been cleared for takeoff. I hope everyone has a beautiful next 72 hours, and we'll see you on Monday. And 1 CBM, back to you.
All right, Carlos, and you do the same. And of course, Carlos is our aeronautical mobile pilot, Maverick, up there in the air taking check-ins. Those are always fun when you do those, Carlos. Have a great morning. Let's go to Frank in Sugarland, Texas, KJ5DXB. Push the fun button, Frank.
KJ5DXB. Morning to you, Jeff, and everybody. Put me down for a pusher. Thank you for the check-in. Everybody have a great weekend. KJ5DXB. Back to you, Jeff.
All right, Frank, you have yourself a great weekend. We appreciate you checking in this morning. Bill in Oklahoma, Florida, KR4KC. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Jeff, and the rest of the Brew Crew. Since I'm retired and I'm living in the villages, that's all taken care of. I have a contractor that comes in and cuts the grass. So my cutting days are long gone, and I'm enjoying not having to cut any grass anymore. KR4CKC, back to the net.
Yeah, me too, Bill. I can't argue with that. It's better than kicking the pants. Let's go to Bob in Fairfax, Virginia, K2TV. Bob, how about that lawnmower?
Oh, good morning, Jeff. Good morning to the Brew Crew. That lawnmower is retired, but it was a pusher. It was a pusher, but when we owned our own home. Right now I live in a 65 community in an apartment building. A landscaper comes and I watch him do the work. It's much better me watching. Today was supposed to be some real rainy weather, warm. It's supposed to be hot here in Northern Virginia, and some heavy weather. Everyone have a great weekend and a safe weekend, and those who are on their way to Dayton, a trip, and have fun. Back to you, Jeff. K2TV.
All right, Bob. Sounding good as always. You have yourself a great weekend, sir. Let's go to Stephen in Orange City, Florida. IYY. Good.
Good morning. I have neither push nor riding. I have a service that comes and does it once a week down here in Florida. Currently on vacation in Georgia, talking via Starlink. Everybody have a good day. Back to net control. Thanks. KO4IYY.
You sound crystal clear. No worse for the wear. Sending it up to the space and to a satellite and back down to us, the internet and everything else. Stephen, sounding great. Great day. Brian in South Rockwood, Michigan, W8PH. Good morning, Brian. Going once, going twice on Brian, W8PH. Well, we'll put Brian in and out this morning, and you have a great day, Brian. We have Randy that came in via the text line too as well, and we'll get to you first here, Randy. Let's go for another round of check-ins. Please come twice and slowly.
Control, this is Kilo.
Kilo, Oscar 4, Whiskey, Delta, Foxtrot, KO4, WF, Mobile Fleet.
This is Victor, Echo 3, Tango Golf Sector
AK5,
US,
Kilo 05, Golf Uniform Sierra.
K2 CMT, Kilo 2, Charlie Mike Tango.
Kilo Delta 2, November Lima Mobile, AD2NL Mobile.
KB2FF, KB2FF.
OM8 Mobile, in and out.
Charlie 3 Uniform, India. Kilo 2, Charlie Sierra Uniform. Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Sierra Uniform. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta.
Kilo Charlie 5, Charlie Zulu X, C5 CZX, in and out, please. Thank you.
Golf 3, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo. Germany 3, Kentucky Fried Bacon. In and out, please.
November 2,
OMH,
Sierra,
7 OMH, in and out.
November 2, India, Sierra, Kilo.
Oh, making sure I had the reflector there. We just had W2OMH. That was, and it's loading up here. That was in and out. And looks like from Staten Island, New York, W2OMH. You have a great morning. N2ISK, N2ZVN. Two more IOs here. G3KFB, Nick, and Daryl, KC5CZX. You're both IOs this morning. Have a great weekend, and thanks for checking in. Let's move it up the list. Was there a KC3FGD, something like that? Did we get that correct?
That is correct, Jeff, KC3FGD.
Thanks for clarifying. Hang tight, and I will be calling for mist once I get through this list, because we had quite a cluster there. KE2C, KB2FX, KD2NL, K2CMT, KO4WF. You were in and out. Did we get it all right? KO4WF.
KO4WDF, Kilo Oscar 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot. They smoked those trees while they left in the yard. There's all thing on anymore. They've all blown down in storms and stuff, so everything we've got's on the towers. The mast up there from the description, bring up a wire engine and put your engine on top of it, and about it then.
Okay, looks like I got it. We had a little QRM or whatever you want to call it there this morning. Moving up the list, KE2CSU, KB2FX, KD2NL. Again, I said KT, and at the top of the list, we have Randy, W2RBC. Stations, we might have missed you there. Stations that were missed in this go-round, please come twice and slowly.
Net control, this is Kilo Echo 4, Zulu Yankee Quebec. Kilo Echo 4, Zulu Yankee Quebec. Kilo Echo 4, Zulu Yankee Quebec. Third attempt. This is Victor Echo 3 Tango Golf November. Victor Echo 3 Tango Golf November. Tim Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
November 5, Golf India, Norway 5, Golf India, second.
3 Alpha, Whiskey, 3 Alpha.
This is Kilo Bravo 2, Uniform Delta Bravo. Kilo Bravo 2, Uniform Delta Bravo via Echolink.
KJ5 GUS, that's Kilo James 5, Golf Uniform.
Okay, we picked up KJ5GUS, KB2UDB. We had a station in there, N5GI question mark. N5GI, give us that call.
Got the call right, N5GI, that's all there is.
Tom, we got it. Hang tight. N4RHE, VE3TGS, and KE4ZYQ, and we also picked up KO4WDF on the ones that we missed. Let's go up to the top of this list to Randy. W2RBC in West Seneca, New York. Randy, the question of the day, is your lawnmower a push or a rider?
Good morning, Jeff and everyone on the Morning Brew. I have a gas-powered push lawnmower. It doesn't get used very often because I have a lawn service cutting my grass. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
All right, Randy, have your great weekend. Let's go to one of our network facilitators, Mike, in DeBerry, Florida. K2CMT, over to you, Mike.
Good morning, Jeff, Josh, and everyone else that's participating this morning. I have an electric push that's used at the lawn service that doesn't show up. Everyone have a great day. Enjoy Hamvention. CMT.
Well, thank you, Mike, for checking in. And yes, everyone, as if you don't know, Vicky, Dick, and Bill, not here this morning. That's why I'm doing the net all myself with the help of Jason on the log, K4KU. Real quick, and of course, tonight is the Youth Net at 8 p.m. So everyone come back around at 8 tonight and check it the Youth Net tonight at 8 p.m. being it's Friday. And being it's Friday, there will be a second cup after the net. Let's go to KD2NL, Chip in Cincinnati, New York. Chip, what do you know about that lawnmower there?
Morning, Jeff, to the rest of the crew. I know a little bit too much about it. It's a ride-on, so it helps cut the amount of time down that it takes me to mow the yard. So I'll say 73, you'll have a good day and a good weekend, and back to net, KD2NL Mobile.
Yeah, Chip, those riders certainly have a lot bigger cutting deck. Have a great morning. Mike, Collins, New York, KB2FX. Morning, Mike.
Good morning, all. Happy Friday from Western New York. Got a storm coming through here this morning, but it's going to be a beautiful day. Dick's going to miss it, down there in Florida. Or Cincinnati, wherever they are, Ohio. The answer to the question is a rider. John Deere zero turn. I got about an acre and a half to keep locked down, and I did it yesterday before the rain. So everybody have a great day, KB2FX.
All right, Mike, nothing runs like a deer. Have a great morning. Let's go to Paul in Lancaster, New York. KE2CSU, good morning, Paul.
KE2CSU, Paul in Lancaster, New York. Morning to the Brew Crew. I had a mower and I had a rider, and they're both retired like I am. Everybody have a good day.
All right, Paul. Thanks for checking in this morning. Have a great weekend. Ray in Elizabethtown, PA, you are up next. KC3FGD, how's that Honda running?
Jeff, everyone on the brew, we live here in the Masonic Village, and the landscaping department takes care of it for us. Everyone have a great day. Back to Jeff at Net Control.
Alrighty. Yeah, it is in my later years nice to have somebody do all the leaf work out there, the snow removal in the winter. It makes life a little bit easier, but I'm not unfamiliar with any of that stuff. Have a great morning. Let's go to Alan in Kendall, New York, N2ZBN. Good morning, Alan. What about that mower? Is it a push or a rider? Alan, going once, going twice. Are you still out there? N2ZBN. We'll put Alan in as in and out this morning. Alan, you have yourself a great weekend. Let's go to Bob, Wood, New Jersey, N2ISK. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. Yeah, well, after explaining, I grew up in the 50s. I learned how to be an extreme do-it-yourselfer, and there's nothing I didn't try. Yeah, well, is a self-propelled push mower, and I believe I still have one of those real-type no-motor push and, break your gut motors, mowers in the shed back there that we have many years. Got one of them, you got to do a lot more mowing. You can't. So yeah, self-propelled, and yeah, well, I learned from my father and grandfather that you had to be pretty self-sufficient back then. So my grandfather made a big brush cutter from scratch with a big AC motor for his summer bungalow. So yeah, very interesting stuff. Every day into last game.
Alrighty. Well, that's pretty cool. Have yourself a great morning. Let's go to Lee in Waycross, Georgia. KO4WDF. Lee, what say you? Lee going once, going twice. KO4WDF. Lee, good morning. We'll put Lee in and out this morning. Let's go to Joe, Clinton Township, Michigan, KE4ZYQ. Good morning, Joe.
KE4ZYQ. Good morning, Jeff, and all on the net on the Morning Brew. Well, I'm an HOA now, Jeff, and don't have to do that. I'm retired, disabled, retired. Well, back in 2004, I used to cut my lawn down in Tennessee. I'm from Michigan. Down in Tennessee, I used to cut it with a riding lawnmower. I had a garage sale, and two neighbors at my garage sale with me to pass the time. One was Jack. He had health issues. That poor guy going through health issues, and his lawnmower died, his riding lawnmower. So before I left and they were sitting in the garage sale, I turned to Jack and I said, Jack, hey, take that lawnmower home. He says, what? I says, yep, it's yours. Go. So he survived a while and had a lawnmower to cut his lawn with trouble before he passed away years later when I called to see what his wife were doing. But at least he enjoyed the latter part of his life. Back to Jeff and the Morning Brew for all you guys do from KE4ZYQ.
Okay, looks like I've got the reflector. Well, thank you for checking in, sir. That's a pretty nice gesture to pass on the lawnmower and somebody else who could use it. Let's go to Bob in Woodbridge, New Jersey, N2ISK. Bob, good morning.
I just was there. I'm the extreme duty sulfur. Yeah, and I have the power push motor. So anyway, Senior Rock, I know. I can imagine how you guys keep track of all this. So anyway, have a good day.
All right, well, you have a good day. By the way, we have just kind of started the second hour of the Morning Brew, and my name's Jeff. I'm with you both hours this morning since Dick, Vicky, and Bill are all in Dayton having a good time. And we have Jason K4KU helping me out this morning a lot on the log. Let's go to Tim in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, VE3TGN. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning there, the brew there. I have neither that I live in an apartment building and they take care of our grass and the snow and over. When I lived in Essex, Ontario, I moved to Windsor. They take care of it, but when I lived in Essex, I had a riding walk and a riding walk over.
All right, Tim. Well, sounds enjoyable, right? It's nice to have a service here as I live in an apartment too, and you have the grounds crew that takes care of all that. Man, I can come and go as I please and go do whatever I want, not do a lawn. Have a great morning. Let's go. Roger in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to be exact, N4 RHE. Roger, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff and Jason. Sound good. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. Living in the only state with a tropical climate within the contiguous United States, I have a Murray and a Husqvarna riding mowers and a Honda self-propelled mower. But more importantly, I have Renato to manicure my Ponderosa. Roger, I'm enthusiast. Return to net.
Two-wheeler guy, motorcycle guy. They make mainly the off-road flavor of bikes. Husqvarna. Have a great morning. Let's go to Rick in the villages, N5GI. Rick, good morning.
Well, good morning, Jeff, and everybody on the Brew Crew this morning. Happy Friday to everyone. It's a lovely day here in the villages. Currently 71 degrees going up to a wonderful 95. We mow the grass year-round here, so that's awfully nice. I have a self-propelled push mower, Honda, and a weed whacker, and a blower, and an edger. And I still do my own yard, except when I'm going to be out of town for extended periods, and then I hire a service. But I still enjoy doing it. It's good exercise, keeps me active. That and walking the dog. And that's what I'm usually doing when I check into the Brew Crew in the morning, is I'm out walking the little Shih Tzu. So there you have it, Jeff. That's the story on this end. I'm wishing everybody a great weekend, and thanks for doing the net. You're doing a fantastic job. Back to net control, N5GI.
All right, Rick. Well, thank you. Have yourself a great weekend. Yeah, Hondas. Yeah, I sold Honda cars for 10 years out of my 23 years of selling cars. And I've had other Honda machines and motorbikes, a couple of CBRs. Never had any issues with Honda vehicles. Have a great morning. Mike in Sebring, Florida, KB2 UDB. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Jeff and the Brew Crew and those in the Zoom room. Well, my lawnmowers, I got the picture showing in the Zoom room. That's what my lawnmowers were up in New York. They're horses. It was a Belgian draft horse, paint, and a thoroughbred. They helped me cut the lawn. But I had a zero-turn Ferris, and I also have an old lawn boy. And I still have a real lawnmower, the ones that gave you the blisters on your hands. So I'm familiar with all of them. So thank you for doing the net, and you guys are doing a fine job out there. We'll see you later. AB2UDB, back to net.
All right, Mike. Yeah, I see the horses in the Zoom room as your standby picture there when you're not on video. Your grass consumers there, you know. Why not? Recycle. Have a great morning. Good to hear you out there. Let's go to Bruce, KJ5GUS in Spring, Texas. Bruce, good morning.
Good morning. But that last one would be ride-on lawnmowers. But for me, it's since I'm renting, I don't mow the lawn at all. This is KJ5GUS. Back to net.
All righty, Bruce. Thanks for checking in this morning. We appreciate it. While we were doing that, we had Andy, Jim, Dan, and Doug by the text line come in. And by the way, the text line is 716-317-9050. Again, 716-317-9050. Just simply put in your call sign. That's all you got to do. And Jason, K4KU, helping me out this morning, will get you on the log. The question of the day is your lawnmower a push or a rider? Let's go with another round of check-ins on top of these text check-ins. Please come twice and slowly.
Kilo, Quebec 4, November,
Charlie,
Bravo,
Tango,
Papa,
Papa, Kilo, Quebec 4, Charlie, Tango,
got
Papa.
left off the text line there, Jeff.
November 3 United and W3U. KQ4 ZGF, Kilo Quebec 4, Zulu Golf Foxtrot, in and out. W8 WHK, W8 WHK, W out, push mower.
Kilo Echo Uniform X-ray Mike. Kilo Echo 8.
Kilo Charlie, Kilo Echo Yankee. Kilo Charlie 1, Oscar Charlie Yankee. Mobile, in and out, push mower.
The mower I had was a real mower. Now, powered. This is one you push around with by hand.
K4MMX. K4MMX. Kilo Golf 5, Uniform Foxtrot Romeo, KG5, UFR.
Kilo Charlie 2 Golf Romeo November Joel Gapek.
Kilo Golf 5, Uniform Foxtrot Romeo, KG5, UFR.
W1 WRA, W1
November.
WRA.
Romeo Whiskey Foxtrot, that's NRW. Please check me in and out, that's in and out. Good morning, Jeff.
Okay, we had some people up over each other. That happens. Station NRW question mark NRW. You can clarify that for us?
November 8, Romeo Whiskey Foxtrot. That's November 8, Romeo Whiskey Foxtrot. NWF. Please check me in and out. Good morning, Jeff.
Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Mike November, KE8 SMN.
Lima.
Okay, looks like I've got the reflector. We picked up a couple extra. KE8 SMN, N8RWF. Bill, I heard you in there. I thought that was you. I just wanted to be sure you were in and out. Have yourself a great weekend, sir. W1 WRA. We had a station KC2GR. KC2GR, something like that. Clarify your call.
Kilo Charlie 2, Golf Romeo November, Golf Romeo November, over.
Okay, we got you in there, Joel. Thank you. Hang tight. KG5 UFR. Next up, we had a station MNX question. K4NX, something like that. Clarify your call.
I think you're talking to me. This is Craig. Call sign is Kilo 4 Mike X-ray K4MMX.
All right. Thank you for clearing that up. Next up, another one. K8UDX and a question mark. K8UDX. Clarify your call. One more time, there was a station K8UDX, something like that. Well, we'll put that station in as in and out. W8WHK, we had KZ4 GF. You were a IO this morning, Brent in Kentucky. Brent, thanks for checking in as always. NW3U, we had a station KQ4 question mark, KQ4 question mark. What was that call? Kilo Quebec 4, Charlie Tango Papa, 4 CTP. Justin, thank you, sir. Hang tight. WA8CLG, W2PUT, KD3ATQ, and W2AJR, which I might have mentioned you first three. If we missed you this last go-round, which we might have missed a few, there were a lot of key-ups over each other, come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Yankee 4 November Bravo, KY4NB, got in Memphis, and I did text in maybe 20 minutes ago. Thanks, Jeff.
This is Kilo India 7, India Hotel Uniform, Dave out of Murray, Utah. Again, it's Kilo India 7, India Hotel Uniform.
Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Yankee, VA3 ER 173.
November 3, Foxtrot Oscar Lima. November 3, Foxtrot Oscar Lima. In and out, please.
All right, making I have a reflector. Let's go with this list. We picked up N3FOL. Michelangelo, you were IO this morning. Have yourself a great weekend. We picked up Bob in Ecorse, Michigan, KQ8U by the text line. Joe, KO4FRR by the text line. We picked up V3ERY, Eduardo, KI7U, K14NB, and KK7ZSH by the text. I think I called off the rest of these. Let's go with this list. Let's go to the top of it. Let's go to Andy in Cheektowaga, New York. Andy, good morning, W2AJR. The question of the day is, your lawnmower push or a rider? Over to you, Andy.
Morning, Jeff. Morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. It's a push mower. Today is work, and then do some nuts tonight. Jeff, it sounds like you better keep the tail tight because there's a whole lot of rocking chairs out there today by the sound of it. Good job, you 7-3. I'll have a good weekend.
Well, thank you, sir. Have yourself a great day as well. Appreciate it. Let's go to Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. KD3ATQ. Jim, push the fun button, sir.
Good morning, Jeff, Jason, and the Brew Crew. Yeah, the fun button much more fun to push than the push mower that I have. Back to net control at KD3ATQ.
Nice segue, Jim. You should be a net controller. Have a great morning. Let's go to Dan, one of our network facilitators in Milan, Michigan. W2PUT. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Jeff, and everybody else out there in Radio Land. Answer to the question, yes. We have ride-on for our house here, but at the cabin up north, we don't have a lot of grass, so a little electric push mower gets that fine on a single charge. So, now looking forward to Dayton. We'll be leaving about 2:30 in the morning to make the arduous 3-hour journey to Dayton and get in the Congo line to get in. Back to you, W2PUT.
All right, Dan, have yourself a great trip. Drive safely. Let's go to Doug in Homosassa, Florida. W88CLG. Doug, good morning.
Very good morning, everybody. And my push mower sits in the garage unused. A couple years ago, I had all of my grass taken out, and my home is xeriscapes, or whatever you want to call. There's no grass, and I certainly enjoy that. But the other side of the coin, I belong to my church's landscape crew, and I go up there almost once a week and ride the lawnmower up there. So just go figure. Everybody have a good day, good weekend. W88CLG. Back to you, Jeff.
All right, Doug. Well, have yourself a great weekend down there in Florida. By the way, folks, there will be a second cup coming up after the morning brew, and Derby Dan, KD2VNU, will be your host, since we again have Vicky, Dick, and Bill, and Scott's on vacation. And so stick around. Say hello to Derby Dan this morning. Let's go to Justin in Alabama, KQ4CTP. Good morning, Justin.
Morning. Great job with the net. Put me down for both. I have one, actually two push mowers, one riding mower, and I use all of them just a little bit. Y'all have a great day. 73 KQ4 CTP. Back to net.
On the Morning Brew this morning. Here. I have about a 22-year-old John Deere riding mower that no matter how bad I abuse it, it just keeps running along. So there you go, riding mower. And just a word of note on the corn covenant this morning, a couple of guys are up there at Senior right now, and they said there was a line to get into the place right now. So there you go. 7-3. You guys, probably Monday morning. NW3U.
A 4-mile line to get into Dayton. Boy, what a turnout. That's awesome. But not the line. Have a great morning, David. You were in and out again if I didn't say it before. KQ4 ZGF Bryn. Have a great morning. Let's go to Bill in Fort Myers, Florida. W8WHK. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning. It's 78 degrees here, sunny. We have a push mower. Hardly ever use it though because we have, here in the park, there's a company that comes in and mows the grass. But my neighbor uses the push mower more than I do. So, told him anytime you need it, just go into the shed, take it, use it. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a great ham fest and good time. This is W8WHK 73.
All right, Bill. Thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to Craig in Oakland Park, Florida, K4MMX. Craig, what say you?
I don't have a mower. I'm renting, and there's a service that comes by with a bunch of riding mowers and weed whackers, and they take care of it all. K4MMX, back to net.
All right, Craig, have yourself a great weekend. Jacob in Farmers Branch, Texas, KG5 UFR, good morning.
Well, good morning. KG5 UFR, Jacob here in Farmers Branch. Thanks for picking me up this morning. It's a decent morning here. It's humid. We may get a few storms today, so lawn mowing wouldn't be a great activity today. But before I moved to Farmers Branch, I had a push mower. I've had a couple of Hondas that did real well. I had a Craftsman that I liked a lot, but here in Farmers Branch, I actually just pay to have it done. I have a local guy that does it every other week, and it seems to work out better for my schedule and everything I've got going on anyway. So that's pretty much it here. So thanks for picking me up, and back to net control. This is KG5 UFR.
All right, Jacob, thanks for checking in this morning. Joel in New York, KC2GRN. Joel, good morning to you.
KC2GRN, good morning, Jeff, and everybody on the Morning Brew. Again, thank you for hosting the net, as always. As far as my lawnmower, I have a push-style mower, which I just used last week, first time this year. And fortunately, it looks like I'll be using it on a regular basis here going forward. Anyway, a great weekend coming up. KC2GRN, back to this.
Joel, enjoy your weekend as well. Thanks for checking in. Bill in Bedford, New Hampshire, W1WRA. Bill, the question of the day is, lawnmower a push or a rider?
about 90-95% of the mowing I have to do on my ride-on mower, so put me down for a ride-on. I have a push that I use to get a couple nooks and crannies, but we'll call it a ride-on. And for those going to Dayton this weekend, have fun for me. I won't be there, so here will be some neat stuff this time. So everyone have a good weekend, and 7-3 from W1 WRA.
Bill, appreciate you checking in this morning. N8RWF, Bill, Trenton from Michigan. Trenton, Michigan, you were in and out. Have a great morning. Let's go to Jeff in Rochester Hills, Michigan. KE8SMN, good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Jeff, and everyone. This is KE8SMN. Put me down for the Pusher Man in Rochester Hills. KE8SMN, back to net.
Got you down for push, Jeff. Have a great morning. By the text line, Jason in Milwaukee, Oregon. KK7ZSH. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Jeff, and everybody on the Brew Crew. I hope everybody's going to have a great weekend. 73 to all. Put me down for a push mower. It's a really nice one, though. It's front-wheel drive, so it actually kind of pulls me for the most part. Anyway, again, have a great weekend. KK7ZSH.
You know, I've had we've had yet that they have one of the radio-controlled jobs, or the one that automatically does surveys the land, and it comes out of its little stall and cuts the grass perfectly every time, goes around the trees and does it automatically. They've got those things out there too. I think they're like $4 or $5 grand, but they make a... Have a great morning. Let's go to Scott in Memphis, CKY4MB. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Jeff and Jason and Brother Randall and everybody on the net this morning. Thanks for taking my check-in, and hope everybody has a good time there at Dayton. Well, it's going to be a push mower here for me. That's got electric and a gas one. And also the kids and grandkids are for high. They can get out there and some character building experience cutting these cars. Parents and grandparents. Back over to you, Jeff. Everybody have a good day. It's National Barbecue Day today. 7-3's KY4NB. Good night.
All right, Scott. Thanks for checking in this morning. Have a great weekend. Via the Listen Live link, I always tend to have a few listeners there that like to listen. Out to Debbie and Brian via the Listen Live link. They have a self-propelled 21-inch wide mower. The yard's just not big enough to justify a rider. But they do like to ride like Forrest Gump had. They like that rider, they said. They're here, they're visiting around, they say. Flying east early next week. Brian, Debbie, have a great weekend. Thanks for checking in on my phone. Let's go to Dave in Murray, Utah, KI7IHU. Good morning, Dave.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. When I currently rent an apartment, so I don't have to worry about mowing it. When I did have to worry about mowing the lawn in other places, it was the push mower, which had a combination of a gas-powered one and one that you had to push to get it going. I was just kind of glad now that I kind of rent an apartment, but I do have house plants, which I do have to get a pair of clippers out every once in a while to trim the plants. Back over to you. This is Kilo India 7, India Hotel. You know, about Marie.
All right, Dave, have yourself a great morning. Let's go to Eduardo in LaSalle, Ontario, Canada, VA3RY. Heading up north, Eduardo, good morning. Eduardo, are you still with VA3ERY? We'll put Eduardo in as Eduardo. Have a great weekend. Let's go to Bob in ECR. Good morning, Bob. KQ8U.
Morning, Jeff, and the rest of the crew. I don't have a lawnmower, but the guy that does have lawn uses a push mower. Hopefully he'll come by today after this rain. It's quite tall. Everybody have a good day. KQ8U, Bentonet.
All right, Bob. Have yourself a great morning. We had Joe, Reed, Stephen, Bill, Don, Caleb, Paul, Florin, Derby, Dan, and Roy all come in by the text line while we were doing that last round of check-ins. We'll add to that. Please come twice and slowly with your call.
8 DRC, KF8, Detroit Rock City.
Kilo 4 Hotel Delta. Kilo 5 Hotel Delta. Quebec, Tomball, Texas, in and out.
N5 DRT, N5 DRT, in and out.
Whiskey Golf Charles Mobile. Kilo Charlie 1 Sierra Yankee Quebec. Kilo Charlie 1 Sierra Yankee Quebec.
Back NW4Q.
N5 DRT, N5 DRT, in and out.
November.
KQ4, while I am KQ4, while I enjoy it.
KJ4LXJ, Kilo Juliet 4, Lima X-Ray Juliet.
K2EJ, K2EJ.
Okay, let's go with this list. We picked up K2EJ. The station before that, KQ4LXJ, something like that. We got a few to clarify here. KQ4LXJ, is that correct? Something like that.
KJ4LXJ, Juliet 4, Lima X-Ray Juliet.
All right, Rex, thanks for fixing that for us. KQ4YRN, next one, KQ4YRN, if you could clarify that call for us, we're having a heck of a time this morning. Well, we'll come back to you. We had NW4 KC1SYQ, N5DRT. Next one to clear, KI5LQ, question mark, KI5LQ.
Kilo India 5 Yankee Lima Quebec. Kilo India 5 Yankee Lima Quebec. Jeffrey Tomball, in and out.
All right, Jeffrey, thanks for getting that squared away. Have a great day. KQ4HD, KF8DRC, we picked up. Let's go to the top of this list, up to the top of the text check-ins, waiting patiently. KQ8U, wait, I should say KO4FRR, one of our network facilitators, and in the Zoom with us, Joe. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Jeff, and the morning crew. This is Joe, KF4FR. To answer the questions, it's a writer. I'll talk to you guys in the Zoom room after all the nets has been done. KF4FR.
All right, Joe, have yourself a great morning. Let's go to Reed in DeLand, Florida, WW3A. Reed, good morning.
Good morning from sunny Florida. This is WW3A, and you have my name correct. It is Reed, and I think this may be my very first time on the East Coast Reflector, so be gentle with me. And to answer the questions of the day, I do have both a walk-behind Honda self-propelled mower that I use to cut the very small enclosed portion of our yard to keep our dog from getting away. And then the much larger portion was at one time handled by our riding mower, but we have since contracted with one of my wife's co-workers who has a very nice zero-turn mower, and he comes and cuts the rest of the acre and a quarter that we have here in the western part of Volusia County. Thank you for having me on board, and I must say, having listened for the last 45 minutes, that Net Control definitely deserves the Leather Tonsil Award for keeping up with this group. Back to you. This is WW3A.
Well, thank you, Reed. Yeah, it's a fast-paced deal. We kind of enjoy it. Gets everybody checked in. Have a great morning. Stephen, Brooklyn, New York, 82 KP. Stephen, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Jeff, and the rest of the Brew Crew. Okay, put me down for push. But I don't own one per se. I go over to my uncle's and cut the grass for him, which I'm about to do in a couple of hours. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. This is 82 KP, back to Net Control.
All right, Stephen. Thanks for checking in, and we appreciate it. Bill, East Bethel, Minnesota. KFO MHN heading over to Minnesota. Bill, good morning.
Well, good morning. I actually have both. I have a John Deere X350 for riding. I have about 2.5 acres, so I have to get out there and spend some time cutting. And for both, and the push mower, I have an old MTD to get under the pine trees and other areas that I can't get to on the riding mower. So everybody have a great day. This is KF0 MHN, and take care.
All right, Bill, have a great morning. My name is Jeff, KE0GKF, and we have Jason, K4KU, helping me out on the log. There will be a second cup with Derby Dan, KD2VNU, at the top of the hour. Everyone stick around. Let's go to Don in Ocala, Florida, W9EBB. Good morning, Don.
Morning, Jeff and Jason. Thanks for running the net. I have to agree with WW3A for saying you guys are doing a fantastic job out there. One thing I want to say real quick, I'm going to be very quick about this. I had my first contact off the East Coast Reflector as trying it out as a brand new ham, and I was able to talk to Alaska from Florida, and to me that was awesome. Technician, being able to talk to different places is awesome stuff. And also using the Echolink to hear you guys. Yeah, I was afraid to use Echolink because I'm a new ham, didn't know what to expect. Super easy to use for anybody that's out there that wants to check it out. And a great way to get into this East Coast Reflector. I have a riding mower because it's Florida here. It's going to be 94 degrees here today. I am not pushing anything. I'm going to ride and have my cold drink right beside me. This is W9EVP. Have a great weekend, all.
All right, Don, have a great morning. Thanks for checking in. Peace out to you as well. Caleb in Richland, North Carolina, W4KKC. Caleb, over to you.
Hey, good morning to you and the crew. Before I answer the question of the day, here's the joke of the day. Why did the riding mower get all of the dates? Because the push mower much work and lacked drive. One of the reasons why I also have a riding mower. Put me down for a riding mower. 7-3s, everybody go on a date and safe travels. W4KKC, back to net.
Good one, Caleb. You get the Joke of the Day award. Have a great weekend. Let's go to WA2CST. Is it Paul at Kingsland, Georgia, a new station? WA2CST. Going once, going twice, WA2CST. We'll put Paul in and out this morning. Let's go to Florin in Conroe, Texas. Florin, how you doing? K5YNU. How about that lawnmower?
Good morning, Jeff, Jason. I'm doing fantastic. Can't complain. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. I have a ride on at Texas, and I think almost everyone has a ride on. Back to that control, everyone. Have a blessed weekend. Talk to you on Monday, or maybe on the second cup. K5YNU.
Florin, have yourself a great morning. And speaking of second cup, like you just spoke about, one of our network controllers and network facilitators, Derby Dan, up next, KD2VNU, which will be doing the second cup. Good morning, Derby Dan.
Good morning, and good morning to everybody on the ECR. I have a rider, and it's broke down, so I've been stuck to use the push. I would say the push right now. And you guys are doing a great job as a team. KD2VNU, return it back to the net.
All right, Dan, thanks. And we'll see you also as well being part of the team, helping us out with the second cup at the top of the hour. Let's go to Roy in Livonia, Michigan, WAROY. Good morning, Roy.
Good morning, Jeff, and everyone on the Morning Brew, and welcome to Reed. Welcome to the East Coast Reflector. Put me down for a rider. Just ran it last night. Figured I'd get it done before the storms last night. Everybody have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Back to net control. WAROY.
All right, Roy, have a great weekend. Your lucky number 100th check-in. Let's go to Jack in Rochester, Michigan, KF8DRC. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, everyone. I have a rider and I have a push lawnmower. I have to use both of them. Not all the way around. I can get on the lawnmower, the rider, but I have to do the push lawnmower. And that's all for now. Back to net. Everybody have a good day.
Jack, have yourself a great weekend. KK4HD, Paul. Good morning.
I don't know if that was me. I'm K4HD checked in. Stand by in case Paul, there's another one out there.
Kevin, we got it. Thanks for correcting us. Go ahead. You're up next. In Country, California, K4HD. Good morning.
All right, I'm going to have to reach out to KK4HD. Check in with Paul sometime. Well, let's see. Good morning, Jeff and the Brew crew. I'm in a condo. Pay pretty penny for HOA, which employs the landscape crews. So technically, have a have a team working out there, and they do a great job with the riding lawnmower and push mower and taking care of the property. Wanted to give a salute to all those still in uniform as we celebrate Armed Forces Day tomorrow. And everybody have a safe weekend. This is Kilo 4 Hotel Delta, waving a hand from California, back to net control.
All right, Kevin, have a great morning. Jeffrey K5, Who was in and out from Tomball, Texas. Have a great morning, Jeffrey. Kurt, Morton, Texas, N5DRT. Good morning.
Ride lawnmower all the way, N5DRT.
All right, Kurt, short and sweet, like it. David in Essex Junction, Vermont, KC1SQ, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff, Jason, and the Brew Crew. I have a workout machine. Takes me an hour and a half. It is push all the way. KC1FYQ, back to now.
Push it is, David. Have yourself a great weekend. We made it. Let's go to Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. NW4Q. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Jeff. These days we use a lawn service, and they in turn use riding mowers. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
All right. You have yourself a great weekend. Let's go to Frank in Lancaster, New York, KC2JPQ.
Good morning, Jeff, and everybody listening to the brew. Good job on filling in, Jeff. And I have a lawn service, but I still have a self-propelled push lawnmower to trim around by the woods and stuff like that. So not much going on. Everybody have a safe weekend, and we'll talk to AC2JPQ.
All right, Frank, you do the same. Be safe out there. Let's go to Rex in Crystal River, Florida, KJ4LXJ.
Good morning to you and the Brew Crew. It's too hot in Florida to be pushing the mower much, so put me down for a rider. You guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. KJ4LXJ, back to net.
And take a little ocean afterwards, right? And cool off. Have a great weekend down there in Florida, Rex. Steve in Maryland, K2EJ. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Jeff, everybody, K2EJ. I'm currently in Xenia, Ohio at Hamvention, sitting here in the flea market. It's going to be a hot one today, and then tomorrow's going to be like 20 degrees cooler or something like that. So, but not raining right now like last year, so that's good. Anyway, I have a rider. That's what I use at home. So 730. We'll talk to you all later. K2EJ, back to you, Jeff.
All right, Steve. Let me make sure I have it. No, looks like I do. Thanks for checking in, Steve. Stay cool and find some sweet deals. Let's go to Marson in Sterling Heights, Michigan, N8MJN. Good morning, Marson.
Hey, good morning, Jeff, and everybody on the crew. This is N8MJN. I'm pushing the fun button, and I'm pushing the mower. I'll say 73. Have a great weekend. Thank God it's Friday. Back to net control. N8MJN.
Yeah, Marson, what I'm visualizing right now is a guy on a rider or a push mower who's got like your 440 antenna clipped to it, you know, on his rider. You know, he's got his headphones on and he's, you know, talking on ECR while he's doing his lawn. We need to do that next. You know, we've got the aeronautical mobile. We need the lawnmower mobile. Let's go to Charles in Selden, New York, W2CJM. Good morning, Charles.
Everybody on the Brew Crew, I have retired from cutting grass. I have a landscaper, but it was a push mower. Everybody have a great weekend and be safe.
All right, Charles, you do the same. Let's go to Joe in Franklin, Georgia. KQ4YYN. Joe, what are you doing?
Well, the answer to your question is I have a riding mower, a push mower, a weed eater, and I have a wife. And I think you ought to use your imagination to see who does what. But anyway, I'm over here in Rome, Georgia right this minute in a big tractor trailer. Y'all have a great day out there, great weekend. Stay safe. KQ4, my way, and back to net.
All right, Joe. Well, happy motoring in the big rig there. You have a great weekend. Let's go to Daryl in New Hampshire, WB1DXN. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning to the Brew Crew. Coming to you this morning in 75 degrees weather in Virginia to make a quick trip down here and see what's going on with something. And the mower is well, I guess they call it a self-propelled, but you got to control it, what you're doing, self-propelled push, but it's the neighbor and landlord is the one that uses it to cut the grass. Other than that, everybody have a good, safe day and weekend. Keep safe on those roadways. Just look ahead, think ahead, plan ahead. WB1DXN clear.
All right, Daryl, words of wisdom. Have a great morning. We're down to just about the 2-minute warning. If you've been waiting now to get on net number 968 for the record books, for the history books here, come with your call sign twice and slowly. We're going to do nothing but IOs, ins and outs, to take us to the weekend. Bring them on twice and slowly.
K2QW. K2QWK, in and out.
Kilo Alpha 5, Tango Charlie, KA5, in and out. Over in and out.
Everybody have a great weekend.
5 Kilo Uniform X-Ray, back to net.
November 1, Whiskey Echo Bravo. November 1, Whiskey Echo Bravo. In and out.
Kilo Mike 4, Sierra Mike Victor, JM4, SMB, Marvin, South Georgia, in and out.
November 5, Charlie Lima Echo, N5 CLA.
KD2 PME, KD.
This is K680S, Kilo 6, Alpha Delta Sierra.
What does your mother have to say about that?
George Alpha Tango, Long Island, in and out.
November H Hotel, November H Hotel Lima November, pushing it in and out.
Okay, we're going to go with this list here. We might have some corrections, but on these last IOs, I don't ask for them. We're going to go with what we've got here. We have N8HLN, Mike, morning, K4FC, looks like Lake, have a great day. K680S, Andrew, have a great weekend. KD2 KME George, have a great day. N5CLE Dale, have a great weekend, sir. KM4 SMV Marvin, N1WEB Webb, KA5RTC, and K2QWK Phillip. All of you were IOs this morning. Thanks for rounding out the net for us. And it was a good net. I made it through 2 hours with the help of Jason, K4KU, on the log. And I do appreciate his help since we have a lot of the team down at the Dayton Ham Fest. Everybody, have a great weekend. Up next is Derby Dan, KD2VNU, with the second cup since it's Friday. So everyone stick around. Say hello to Derby Dan. And even if you don't have anything to talk about, check in anyway. Derby Dan will put about 20 seconds of in here so stations can connect and disconnect. 7, everybody, have a great weekend. On behalf of Jason, Joe, KQ4FRR, who's also in the Zoom room with us helping out, everybody have a great weekend. 7-3.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is KD2VNU, Derby Dan here, and this is the second cup. Number 112, 112 on the 16th of May. So, what's on your mind? That's the question of the day. There's no question to answer, but what's on your mind? What would you like to say? Give me your call signs twice and slowly. I'm not Vicky. I'm not as good. KD2VNU, let's get your call signs in.
November 8, Mike Juliet November. November 8, Mike Juliet November, mobile.
Alrighty, we got November 8, Mike Juliet November. Anybody else? Twice and please.
Hi, Anna. King Edward 2, George Alpha Tango, out of Lynbrook, Long Island.
And that Long Island station, can you repeat it a little slower? You're a little low on the audio there. Can you try it again, please?
King Edward 2, George Alpha Tango.
We had a little bit of a noise, I think you said was the KE2GET. Did I get that correct there? That noise was interfering.
That would be King Edward 2, Alpha Tango.
Okay, is that Walter?
Yes, that's correct. You got it. I think this headset of mine is about to give out, so I'm going to have to be standing by and fix the battery up in this thing. But if you got me loud and clear, actually, you guys are my first call. I am missing all of this, and so I am just giving it all a shout today, and it seems to be working well. So thank you very much, and congratulations. This is my first link call with you guys.
Have a great weekend, and I really enjoyed your next full operation.
Well, thank you, Walter, for joining us here on the Second Cup. Your audio is a little bit on the low side. Not sure if it's your headset or the system you're coming in on. You're connected on the W2YMM on Long Island, so you might want to check out our East Coast Reflector.com webpage. And the main page, there's a listen live. You can hear the audio that I'm hearing, so you might want to give that a try. But thanks for joining us. And I'm going to go to N8MJN, and we're going to pick him up. What's on your mind there, Martian?
Hey, good morning, Dan, and everybody on the Second Cup. Looks like you're getting this. That's how you have to log and control the net, so that's maybe a good thing today. What's on my mind? What's on my mind is I want to get that HF antenna finally running so I can start having fun on HF. I have the antenna mounted. I have everything on the outside and the inside done. I just got to run one piece of coax from the antenna to the entry box, and been trying to find time for 2 weeks now, and so hopefully I can get that connected and find my way to HF and make my first HF contact. Been in general for 6+ months now and haven't been able to get there yet. But I wish everybody a great weekend. It's supposed to be some nice weather here in Michigan, so we'll get outside and hopefully fire up the grill. With that, I'll send it back to net control. MJN.
Well, Martian, I hope that you have good luck with your antenna and you don't have any noise like I'm dealing with. I've got the power company I've been working with to try to line noise that I got coming in. It's got me half scale on my radio, so I wish you the best and enjoy the grilling. Have a nice weekend as well. Is there anybody else who would like to join us? You got KD2VNU, Derby Dan here in the Second Cup. Give me a call signs twice and slowly, please.
Kilo 4 Golf Delta Sierra. Kilo 4 Golf Delta Sierra. Kilo 4 Papa Juliet Mike. Kilo 4 Papa Juliet Mike.
Let me acknowledge the last two. I got K4PJM, Perry from Leesburg, Florida, and I got Gil from Orlando, K4GDS. There's another station that came in with K4PJ. Can you repeat your call, please?
K680S, Kilo 6 Alpha Delta Sierra.
Welcome, Andrew. We got you on the list. Is there anybody else that'd like to get at it before I run it?
Kilo 5 Yankee November Uniform. K5 NU. Foreign encounter.
November 2 India Sierra Kilo. November 2 India Sierra Kilo.
We welcome N2ISK Bob from Woodbridge, New Jersey. K5YNN. Florian from Conroe, Texas. And K6ADS, Andrew from Glen Burnie, Maryland. K4PJM, Perry from Leesburg, Florida. And at the top of the list, K4GDS, Gil from Orlando. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dan. I feel for you trying to log and run it at the same time. Not an easy thing to do. I was doing open mic night the other night, just doing net controls. It's a challenge. But I don't know, we're heading into the weekend, hoping to get out tomorrow morning, do a little POTA, head out to one of my new favorite locations for that.
and had a really frustrating time last Sunday, I guess it was. And so I'm hoping to do a little better. Maybe the bands will like me tomorrow. Other than that, not a lot planned for this weekend. Just kind of kicking back, relaxing, maybe do some grilling or smoking. K4 GDS back to net.
Good luck on the POTA. I hope you do well and hope the bands are in your favor. Put a shout out on the ECR and let them know what bands you're going to be operating on. There's lots of people that like to do the hunt. So good luck with that and have a wonderful weekend. I hope all is good. And next up is Perry from Leesburg. What's on your mind?
Well, good morning, Dan. Thank you so much for doing this today. And hi to Gil, my neighbor from the south. We're planning on a trip this summer. We're taking off and we're going to be doing some traveling. So I think I got set up my Echo Link. As long as I have internet, I can still get the morning brew. That's one of my main goals of traveling across the country, is still making a connection. So that's what I'm working on. I think that's the best one I could find so far, is Echo Link seems to be reliable. But other than that, we're just enjoying the day, getting things ready. And thanks for doing this again. K4 PJM, back to net.
Very good there, Perry. Good luck with the travels and hope you have a safe travels and all is well. And thanks for joining us here on the Second Cup today. It's not a problem. I enjoy filling in every once in a while to help out the group. Next up, we have K6ADS, Andrew from Glen Burnie. What's on your mind today?
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here. I'm just working on my first cup of coffee, and I'm going to get ready for a turkey hunt on Saturday. My daughter won the lottery to do a turkey hunt out at Fort Meade. So I'm just going to be getting ready for that today, and then go get my daughter, and we'll be doing some turkey hunting on Saturday. That's all that's on my mind right now. I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for having me, K6ADS.
Very good, Andrew. Good luck with the turkey hunt. Hope you catch something, and have a wonderful weekend as well. This is KD2VNU. Next up is K5YNU, Florian from Conroe, Texas. What's on your mind?
Good morning, there be done, and everyone on the Second Cup. Not that much, other than I was just very excited on Tuesday, Wednesday evening, when for the first time I broke a record on Simplex, 580 miles to Alabama from Conroe, Texas. I had an S7, S8 on my meter, crystal clear signal, and I'm still pumped up about it. But they say, every 3 or 4 years you get that chance for the bands to be that open on a Simplex 2 meter. But that's what I wanted to share with you and everyone that's listening. Back to the net control, K5. Why?
A great job, congratulations on that contact there, and hope you get many more in the future. And have a wonderful weekend, Florian. Thanks for stopping by. Next on the list, and last on the list so far, where we take new check-ins, is N2ISK, Bob from Woodbridge, New Jersey. What's on your mind today?
Okay, good morning. I'm trying to keep it short, but I'm the extreme do-it-yourselfer. I grew up in a Vinci. I learned many things back then. Kind of had to do a lot yourself. And I learned testing silver jewelry, cutting polish, semi-precious stones, from my father back in the day.
and I started moving into apartments, and I built colonial furniture for there, and that's it there. And an office suite for my wife's boss, fabricating, metalworking, welding, powder coating, all as a hobby, I was a very early adopter on computers when nobody knew what to use them for. So anyway, I can only say I'm still learning, but find your passion. I mean, try everything. Find your passion. So there you go. Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy ice cream.
Well, awesome, Bob. They're a man of many talents. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and great job there for what you've accomplished there. We just had a text line, W9EBB, Don from Ocala, Florida. Hey, good morning. On the second cup there, what's on your mind from KD2VNU?
Good morning. This is my very first time on my second cup. Been on the first brew crew many times. Call my first cup of coffee, but hopefully that doesn't disqualify me for this place. What's on my mind? Being a new ham, I tell you what a great time I'm having with this new hobby of mine. And now that I've introduced myself to echo, I was afraid of actually at first, I'm having so much more fun. Contacted Alaska for the first time, and my hometown up in New Jersey last night, so it was a lot of fun. So why am I bringing this up? I got my tech and said, oh wow, that was really tough. And for me, it was tough. I have a cognitive issue now, and things just get a little different, but I remain positive. Anyway, I said to myself, oh, I'm never going to get my general. Well, guess what? Being introduced to this kind of stuff, you kind of put it in my heart to say, you know what, I'm going to get my general because I want to talk further on the regular ass frequencies instead of just digital. Not putting down digital, it's a great tool, but wow, what a lot of fun I'm having. And using the EchoVic tool and the East Coast Effector tool, there's so much to be done out there. It's just so much fun. What else is there? Today's National Barbecue Day, and hopefully everybody enjoys some barbecue out there somewhere. Either venison, turkey, beef, pork, whatever it is. Enjoy it. Have a blessed day, everybody. 73s.
Well, congratulations there, and welcome to the hobby there, Don. I'm glad you're enjoying it and you upgraded from technician. I wish you many more contacts there and enjoy the bands. And thanks for joining us here for the first time on the second cup. All are welcomed. And let me remind people, we have a text line. The text line number is 716-317-9050. That's 716-317-9050. I just had KJ4LXJ, Rex from Crystal River, Florida, came in on the text line, and KK6BCX came in on the text line. That was Ken from Arizona, Kingsman, Arizona. And let me a few of the announcements here, if I can get the thing to come over there. Sunday at 1 p.m. is the AR Newsline, and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. is the TechNet. Friday we have tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Everything that I've mentioned is Eastern Time. And we have Saturday is the 40 meter net. That's at 9 a.m. on 7.245. Sunday at Saturday at 11 p.m. is the Trivia Net with Alex. And I hope everybody has the chance to join that. This is KD2VNU. If there anybody else would like to join us on the second cup, call signs twice and slowly, please.
KE2.
Kilo Delta 2 Tango Yankee Zulu
DJ
Mobile. Kilo Delta 2 Tango Yankee Zulu Mobile, in and out.
Okay, the Kilo Delta 2 station can repeat your call there. You were doubling with the gentleman before you there.
Kilo Delta 2 Tango Yankee Zulu Mobile. Kilo Delta 2 Tango Yankee Zulu Mobile, in and out.
Okay, David, we've got you from East Patchogue, New York. We've got KE2DJQ. Is there anybody else that would like to join us?
KQ4CC Mobile. K18 Wheel. Mosey Tag off Arkansas.
Ohio, in and out.
Okay, we have like a triple
5 India Tango. And we can be 5I, in and out. Good morning to everybody. Have a good rest.
Okay, we had a triple going on there. I got KQ4CCM, Kevin from Danbury, North Carolina, and I got Whiskey Bravo 5 ITT, Chris from Valmont, in and out. Any stations that I missed? Twice and slowly, please. There was a triple there before.
This is Kilo India 7, India Hotel Uniform, Dave Marie, Utah.
W9 SAM 9 Sierra Alpha Mike, Dayton, Ohio. Good morning, in and out.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK.
K4MMX, November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo X, November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
Alrighty, let me acknowledge who we've got at the bottom of the list, starting going to the top, is in for RHE, Roger from Fort Lauderdale, K4MMX, Craig from Oakland Park, Florida, KQ4ORK, Barry from Apalka, Florida. We got W9SAM from Union, Ohio, in and out. We got KI7 IHU, Dave from Murray, Utah. We got WB5ITT, I believe I've already acknowledged. We'll take it up to the top of the list. KJ4LXJ, Rex from Crystal River, Florida. What's on your mind? This is KD2V and you.
Good morning, Dan. I haven't talked to you in a while, and the rest of the second cup. Well, I'm waiting on a Pi-Star hotspot and radio. Just purchased from a fellow ham over in Orlando, Florida. Should be in a couple days, and we're going to try that. And I also signed up for a study class for general. Hoping to get my general license and maybe make some HF contacts. Back to you guys, and have a wonderful morning to the second cup.
Well, very good there, Rex, and good luck going for that upgrade. I hope you get it on the first try. And have a wonderful weekend. And it's good to talk with you again. KK6BCX, Ken in Kingsman, Arizona. Good morning to you on a second cup, and what's on your mind?
Well, good morning, Dan, and everybody on the second cup. Northern Arizona here. It's currently about 42 degrees, and we're looking at 75 today. A beautiful day, nice and sunny. Getting ready to head out to Flagstaff for the Overland Expo, which is an off-road type show. Get to walk around and look at all the rigs and the trucks and the Jeeps that I can't afford. Maybe one day if I win the lottery. And that's about it for me today. I'll turn it back over to the net, KK6BECX.
Well, good luck with the shop in there. I know what you mean on those prices there, and it doesn't look like they're going to get any lower with everything that's going on in the world. But enjoy it, and thanks for stopping by, and have a wonderful weekend. Next on the list is KE2DJQ, Jim from Spencerport, New York. Good morning to you on a second cup. What's on your mind today?
Good morning, everyone. On the second cup, 73 to you all. It's like, I got upgraded to General about a month or so ago, and I've been dying to make a contact on HF. And the other night there was a net on 80 meters, and it was really a lot of staticky. And I said, I got to try to get into that. And I set up I think it was a ham stick or something up on top of the mag mount on top of my van, ran the cable up to the second floor of the house, and I was just writing the noise. I could hear them, but it was not successful. So the rest of the night I checked some things out. Turned out I had a really bad mismatch, even though I used an antenna analyzer, which looked like I had it tuned pretty good, but the radio said, no way, this seems way out. So I tried another antenna, another form of a screwdriver or something, and that was mismatched. So I was very disappointed that night. So yesterday morning, I got up, spent all morning stringing up a 80-meter end-fed antenna. And I said, okay, now the proof will be in the pudding. I checked out the match on the radio. It looked real good. So I tuned around, and at 20 meters, there was a gentleman down in Georgia doing a POTA. And I said, well, let's see what happens. Let me crank this up to the full 100 watts, and let's see if he can hear me. I probably doubt it. I called out, and he said, man, it was a 5.9, and I couldn't believe I made contact with him. I was just elated to finally make my first contact as General on the HF. So I'm kind of elated. So hopefully there'll be more contacts to come. So that's about it for me right now. Back to the second cup. Thank you all.
Well, awesome, Jim. Congratulations on the upgrade, and congratulations on that contact and finally accomplishing your antenna project. I'm glad all is well there. 7-3. Have a wonderful weekend. We had KD2TYZ. It was mobile in and out. David from East Patchogue, New York. Have a good day. And next is a friend of mine, KQ4CCM, Kevin from Danbury, North Carolina. What's on your mind, Kevin?
Derby Dan, you shouldn't ask that question. You know how my mind works. There's too many things to list. Well, good morning, KD2VNU. Man, it's good to hear you running the net there, brother. I'm sorry I hadn't been in contact there, my friend. I've just been having a lot going on. It goes back to what's on my mind, about 100,000 things. But anywho, we're here in Gordon, Arkansas, 18-wheel mobile, and we're headed up to Sea Falls, which I get to go by Dayton. And if I look at the time frame and things work out, I might call KD5 FMU, tell them to jump in the ham radio Crusader mobile and come pick this old truck and ham up. And but we'll just have to see how that plays out. I'm going to go to the Dayton this year, but it just did not work out with my work schedule and my son's birthday. Turns 19 on the 18th. Lord have mercy if I ain't getting old. But anyhow, hear you there, Dan, no doubt about it. Hope you're doing well, brother. Appreciate what you do, not only for the ECR, but all hams in general. Q4CCM, your friend the truck and ham.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Kevin came in on the text line as well as the RF, and glad to hear all is well and sorry you couldn't make the trip to Dayton there. That's a nice trip. Lots of people down there to enjoy and have camaraderie with. Safe travels out there, 7-3. Have a wonderful weekend if I don't talk to you before then, and tell your son happy birthday. We had WB5ITT. Chris from Beaumont, Texas was in and out in the mobile. Next up is KI7IHU. Dave from Murray, Utah. This is Katie. You. On your mind, Dave?
A couple of things on my mind. I'm applying for a few jobs this morning already. I'm looking for work since I was displaced from work about a month ago, but I've been also, since I got to HF rigs a month and a half ago that were used, I've been trying to look for trying to steady out what antennas to get for an apartment complex out on the balcony. So that's been a little bit challenging, but something that would be interesting to find out what to use. So yeah, it's been keeping me busy. Back over to you. This is Kilo India 7, India Hotel.
Your options may be a loop antenna, or you can do a couple of ham sticks if you got the room, on a balcony there. And if your HOA is a little picky about what you got there, you can always wrap a vine around it, make it look like it belongs there. So, hope that may help you. Also, Thursdays, it's not every Thursday, but you have to go to the ECR webpage. They have Ask the Elmer. It's a good place for new hams to join in and get ideas. Also, Tuesday evening, they have Ask the Questions there as part of the beginning part of the ECR TechNet. So, several ways that you can get in and get information, or the Zoom room. That's also another avenue. 3:30 is the usual time they're in there, or early in the morning after the 9 o'clock morning brew. It runs from 7 to 9 Eastern time, Monday through Friday, except for holidays. So, hope that helps you out, Dave. 7-3s, have a wonderful weekend, and good luck with the job hunt there. This is KD2VNU, W9SAM. Sam was in it. And next on the list is KQ4ORK, Barry from Apopka, Florida. What's on your mind today?
Good morning from Apopka, Florida. Well, there's a lot on my mind, but lately, finding myself back in the workforce looking for a new job is the proliferation of AI in the submittal and interviewing process, and the total frustration with that process. Although I've played with AI a little bit, and it does have its purposes, I miss the days of actual human interaction where somebody would actually look at your resume, review it, maybe give you a phone call before making the decision. Other than that, enjoying my second cup here in Apopka, Florida, after getting out and mowing the lawn before it got too hot today. Hope everybody has a great weekend and a great day. Back to net control. Thanks for picking me up. 73 KQ4 ORK.
Well, Barry, I don't know if you've used maybe Indeed. I think that's one of those interactive apps that you might be able to submit a resume through, but or one of the other business type. I think there's I can't remember the name of it, but there's another group there. It's kind of like a Facebook thing that's for business where headhunters look at. I can't remember the name of it offhand, but good luck in the future there, Barry. I hope you can get through those accomplishments there, and stumbling with the AI, and I hope you land something shortly. So 7-3, have a wonderful weekend. Next on the list is K4MMX, Craig from Oakland Park. What's on your mind today?
Good morning, everybody. Well, not much out of the ordinary. Got a bunch of work to do today. Mostly fixing some intelligent lights, you know, the moving head fixtures, nightclubs, churches, and whatnot. And then when it finally cools down outside, I'm in southeast Florida, I got a bunch of air conditioning work to do on the roof of the building where I work. So, K4MMX, back to net.
Alrighty, well, if you're going to be outside working there, stay hydrated. That's important. And good luck with your work, and have a wonderful weekend at 7-3s. And for RHE, Roger from Fort Lauderdale. Regulars here. What's on your mind, Roger? From KD2VNU.
KD2VNU, good morning, Derby Dan. Good to hear your melodious voice. Thanks for serving a second cup. November 4, Romeo Teleco. On my mind, the Triple Crown is the hardest feat in all of sport. You only get one chance. I've been to the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness Stakes, but never to the Belmont Stakes. I was astonished to learn that every horse that ran in this year's Kentucky Derby is a descendant of the record holder Secretariat, the Big Red. Only 9 horses, I think, are running in tomorrow's Preakness Stakes. Enjoy the event. November 4, Roger Ham enthusiast. Return to the second cup.
Sounds like a gentleman enjoys the races. Good luck with that if you're bet on the ponies, and have a wonderful weekend. It's good to hear from you there, Roger. And maybe we can hear you down the road again next time I have an opportunity to fill in for somebody. This is KD2VNU, Derby Dan here. I have a couple additions to the net here. KA8BYU, Roy from Blaisdell, on a text line, KQ8U. Once again, that text line is 716-317-9050. That's 716-317-9050. If you have troubles getting in, that's the way to secure your way in. Take it to KA8BYU. Roy in Blaisdell, what's on your mind today? How are you, neighbor?
Everybody on the second cup, KA8BYU. Not too much. Just got the kids and all that good stuff, and then watching a live stream from Xenia on the computer here, so not doing too much today. Got most everything done this week earlier, so don't have too much to do. and hope to see everybody on the evening tonight. And back to you.
Very good, Roy. Thanks for reminding me about the Youth Net. The Youth Net, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't think Luke is going to be here today. I think he's off, but we got either Grayson or Ivan from Lockport. Grayson's from Florida. And we're trying to get more youths to participate. So if you know any youths, you can bring them in as third-party traffic, or if they're licensed, ask them to join us. These guys do a very good job doing the net. And if you know anybody that wants to try to join, that has a good signal that can get in on a practice there, we're always looking for extra controllers for the youths. But they have to be 18 or younger to help out with the youth net. So 7-3s there, Roy. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll catch you down the base. KQ8U, Bob from Ecorse, Michigan's next on the list. This is KD2VNU.
Morning, Derby Dan and the rest of the second cup folks. I'm about to say I just want to complain about my cat. I went to the bank, come back. I can't understand the ability this cat has to mess up the computers. I come back, he used to have the screen upside down before. I got to remember how to fix that. Last week he opened up 95 tabs, and there he goes in there, he lays on there and turns the screen down the size of a microdot. But he's my best buddy, and I guess I'll deal with that. So have a good day. I got a car show today. It's going to be a hot one. Humidity from all the storms and stuff like that. But I'll be back for the Utenet. Have a good day. KQAU, best of that.
Thanks, Bob, for joining us. You're a regular here on the ECR, and so is Roy and Blaisdell, as many others as before there. Roger from Fort Lauderdale as well. Turn the keyboard up so he can't sit on it. I think that would be your fix there, Bob. Good luck, 7-3s. Have a wonderful weekend if I don't talk to you before then. Well, that completed that list. Is there anybody else that'd like to join us here on the second cup? This is KD2 Venue. Derby Dan, your host for today. Give me a call signs twice and Sully.
KE4. Kilowatt Foxtrot. Papa Charlie Alpha. KF4 PCA. Mobile.
Okay.
N5UXT. That's November 5 United X-Ray Tango. Angelo in New Orleans, in and out.
All right, hold up here a second. I'm having a little technical difficulty here. Let me acknowledge who I've got here. I got KE4NTG. I got N4 something or other. Can you repeat your call again, please? There a station N4 out there?
KF4.
Okay, KF4, can you repeat the rest of your call? We'll get you logged.
Kilowatt 4, Papa Charlie Alpha, mobile.
Okay, Chuck from Bridge City, Texas, we got you. I had a 4 PCA. I think I'm missing part of that call.
Papa Charlie Alpha, Papa Charlie Alpha, over.
Yeah, was it K4 Papa Charlie Alpha? I was missing the beginning of it.
Kilowatt Foxtrot. Foxtrot's the second letter.
Okay, KF4PZA, Jeffrey from North Carolina.
Papa Charlie Alpha, Charlie.
My apologies, sir. We've got you corrected there, Chuck. Is there anybody else that'd like to join us?
Okay. November 5 United X-Ray Tango, that's N5UXT, Angelo in New Orleans, in and out. 5 OZJ mobile.
Okay, we had a 50Z something or other. Can you repeat your call there with the previous user? We got N5UXT in and out Angelo from Orleans, Louisiana, New Orleans. How about that 5 Oscar station?
November 5 Oscar Zilla Golf. November 5 Oscar Zilla Golf mobile.
Alright, let me run this. We got N5OZA, or OZG, Joe in Louisiana, and I've got KE4NTG in the mobile. So we'll take KE4NTJ, Walter from Hollywood. And what's on your mind today, Walter? This is KD2V New Derby Dan.
Hey, Derby Dan, how are you? I'm not mobile, so if you're prioritizing mobiles, pick me up afterwards.
Alrighty, I had you down as mobile. Maybe I mismarked that. How about N5OZG, Joe from Louisiana? What's on your mind?
Unit control, and good morning to everyone on the net. Name is Joe Julian Alscucco down here in Metairie, Louisiana, the city west of New Orleans. And what's on my mind, I'm thinking about winning the Powerball today. And I'm going to become a millionaire. And after I get my money, I'm going to put a 5,000-foot tower up in my backyard. And the amateur radio repeater on top. N5OZG mobile.
Well, Joe, I think that's anybody's wish there. It's ham related there. Good luck. I hope you hope strike something there, even if it's not the maximum. And 7-3. Hope travel safely out there and have a wonderful weekend. Let me take up to the top of the list. K4PCA. Chuck in Bridge City, Texas. What's on your mind today from KD2V New Derby Dan?
Good morning, Derby Dan. KF4PCA. I'm actually heading over to our expo center here in Church of Bridge City, going for the veterans thing, see what they got to offer out there. I'm semi-retired, not all the way, but yeah, they're trying to beat the heat. My air conditioner's down. It's going to be about 86 degrees today, and a lot of humidity, so I'm trying to get my AC fixed as well. I can do it myself, but I got to be able to get the parts to net control. Y'all have a wonderful day, KF4PCA.
Well, Chuck, I feel for you with that AC, man, especially when it's humid there. Good luck with that. I hope you make out all right with that. And travel safely out there if you're driving. 7-3s. Have a wonderful weekend from KD2VU, Derby Dan. Next up is KE4NTG, Walter from Hollywood. What's up? What's on your mind?
Good morning to you there, Derby Dan, and everybody else out there on the second cup. Got my radio program for a Motorola system down in Fort Lauderdale, East Coast Reflector. Our Hollywood system is down, and I don't think it's going to come back up. But anyway, it's a pleasure to check in here, and I'm happy to be back. Wish you a happy day, everybody, and safe and happy. And thank you for picking me up, and thank you for doing it. This is KE4NTG, back to net control.
Well, thank you, Walter, for joining us today, and hope all is well, and have a wonderful weekend, 7-3s. Well, that completed that list. Is there anybody else? We got 10 minutes to the top of the hour, 11 minutes to the top of the hour. This is KD2V New Derby Dan on the second cup, number 112. Call signs twice and slowly. We'll get you on the list. If you want to come in on the text line, 716-317-9050. Call signs twice and slowly, please.
November 5, XCX, X-ray, Charlotte X-ray. What is that cowboy in Florida?
KO4QMM.
J7GND, Kilo 7 Golf November Delta.
KE2FLO, K2FLO, for now.
UPK,
KQ4 UPK portable in and out.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Juliet Quebec F8 DJQ.
Yes.
Alright, I caught a tail end of something at KF8 DJQ. Was there somebody else trying to get in before I run the list? Let me acknowledge who just checked in. KF8 DJQ, Kevin from Bowling Green, Ohio. We had KQ4 UPK, Chris from Fort Pierce, Florida, in and out. KE2FLO, Mike from Buffalo, New York, that was in and out. We had K7GND, Larry from Lawrence, Oregon. We had KQ4 QM, Roger from the 40 meter net, the host of the 40 meter net, I believe. We had N5XCX, Woody from Traverse, Florida. Anybody else like to join the list before I run it? Okay, Long Island, New York, I think it was KE2 something, but the audio had a burp in it and the audio modulation's very low. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, that was King Edward George Alpha Tango.
Very good. You have a good day. Thanks for joining us here on the Second Cup. Let me take it up to N5XCX, Woody in Traverse, Florida. This is KD2 Venue. Derby Dan here. What's on your mind on the Second Cup there, Woody?
Well, hello, Mr. Derby Dan. You know, I think that X-Link has a big long watch tail whenever someone comes down. I can't figure out why they did that. You know, it's hard to get in when you have to wait a minute or so after the last check-in. Okay. Well, anyway, good morning to you. Yeah, I guess you're well represented from Florida. You have a good one. We're enjoying the weather down here. It's nice, sunny, and warm. Have a good day. N5XCX. So we'll see you tonight.
Very good, Woody. 7-3s. Have a wonderful weekend and a good day. KO4QMM, Roger from Umatilla, Florida. One of the hosts on the 40 meter net. And also he does net control on the youth net, or not the youth net, but the, oh boy, I'm a little tired here. On the tech net on Tuesdays. He fills in once in a while there. How are you there, Roger?
Good morning, Derby Dan and the Second Cup crew. I'm doing fine, and what's on my mind was hearing you and thinking about 4 or 5 years ago when I first came into the Zoom room as a technician, very wet behind the ears, and you were one of the Elmers that, helped me along. Just wanted to thank you for that, and it's good to hear you on there doing some net. And man, it's been a good week. I did some tree work, some antenna work. It's been really nice. I did the yard yesterday, And today I'm going to mess around, watch a little YouTube. You can catch a lot of the hamvention on YouTube, so see that, and that's it. Probably play some radio. It's good to hear you on there, Dan. Just wanted to say hello, thank you, and you do a lot behind the scenes too that people don't know. KO4QMM, Roger Clear.
Well, thank you for the compliment, Sir Roger. I haven't been doing as much as I've done in the past, but I always try to fill in when somebody asks for the help. And I'm glad you made it to extra there. You accomplished a lot in a short period of time. And there's quite a few good people that are in the ECR and part of this group that help everybody out. So I definitely appreciate your compliment, and you do a great job filling in, helping people as well, running the 40-meter net as well. So 7-3s, have a wonderful weekend. Maybe we'll catch you in the on the air or in the Zoom room. Next up is K7GND, Larry from Florence, Oregon, from KD2 Vino.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone on that. Hello, Derby Dan. Good to be here this morning. My friend David, N6QDY, talks up the net and the Zoom room and all that here, so I joined in for a second time. So, well, it's good here. I haven't had my second cup yet. I'll be having breakfast in about another hour. Still a little early out here on the West Coast, but all good here. Good day here in Florence, which is right on the central coast of Oregon. Currently 45 degrees, going up to maybe 58 in cloudy skies. So nothing real big on the agenda today, but I'm glad I was able to check in. Derby Dan, thank you so much for taking my check-in. This is K7GND, back to net control.
Well, Larry, I'm glad you made it here, and thanks for stopping by and joining us here on the second cup. I haven't been doing nets for quite a while, so I'm a little rusty and a little tired. I woke up with some bad weather we had here early this morning, so thanks for joining us. Next up is KE2FLO. No, he's in and out. KE2FLO, Mike from Buffalo, New York, was in and out, and KQ4UPK, Chris from Fort Pierce, Florida. Both of them were in and out. Let's take it down to KF8DJQ, Kevin in Bowling Green, Ohio. What's on your mind? What say you?
Good morning, Derby Dan. Good to hear you. It was a gentleman earlier had mentioned he was going to see if he couldn't get with KD5FMU today. And it just so happens that I'm watching a video by Ham Radio Crusader. And he's talking about the Hot Radio Full Duplex Mini Repeater that I had talked about a couple of days ago. So I thought it was kind of interesting that all tied together this morning. And very good information. And again, appreciate your help and appreciate you doing the second cup today. So, thank you. KF8DJQ clear.
Well, Kevin, quite welcome, and I'm glad you're enjoying the video there from Ham Radio Crusader. He puts out quite a good video there when he does them. We got a couple of minutes left there. We'll take some in and outs. Anybody want to join us on the in and outs? Call signs twice and slowly, please.
Alpha 2, Tango Alpha Guatemala, WA2, TAG, Jim in Spring, Texas.
05, Mike, Papa Hotel, K5MTH, Brownsville, Texas, in and out. Thank you.
405,
Foxtrot Delta Mike, KQ4FD, in and out.
But it worked.
All right, we had a double at 4 station. Can you repeat it again, please?
Quebec 4, Foxtrot Delta Mike, KQ4FDM, in and out.
All right, we got you there, KQ4, FM, FDM. Who else did we have that was trying to come in with them?
Quebec 80, Alpha 2, Tango Alpha Guatemala, WA2, TAG, Jim, Spring, Texas, in and out.
Alrighty, we've got WA2.
W2KJV, W2KJV, in and out, good morning.
Alright, we got one of our assistant facilitators, 2KJV, in and out. Hello, Tony. Hope all is well down there in Homosassa, Florida. And we got KQ4FDM, Joe, Longwood, Florida. And we have K5MPH, Michael from Brownsville, Texas, who's in and out. WA2TAG, who's in and out. Well, it's the hour, and I'm going to pass the reflector back to normal amateur use. This is KD2VNU Derby Dan, 7-3s all, and thanks for joining us here at Second Cup. Everybody have a great day and a wonderful weekend. 7-3s.